Hello everyone, today I want to talk about how to stop living on autopilot and 7 specific ways to get the excitement in your life you deserve. Hello everyone, we were meant to have exciting lives, we were meant to test our boundaries. Life is about growth, this spiritual journey, this physical journey you're on is all about testing your limits, being excited, taking on challenges and breaking through fear. So why do we get stuck in autopilot? Why is most of our life mundane? Why does the majority of our life take up things that we don't enjoy? Jobs that we don't like, relationships that we know that aren't working, and our entire life outside of sleep is pretty much on autopilot. So I want to talk about why this happens and how to break through that today. As always, I'm going to begin with a quote, and that quote is, "If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space." Stephen Hunt. If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. You have nothing to fear. Living on the edge should be exactly what you look for. You should always be looking to push your boundaries and to get better. Why? Not because it's just new age science or self-help or development, because that is where the juice is at. Doing mundane things over and over again is a waste of your talents and your abilities. You are capable of so much more. And the other challenge is if you're not pushing yourself, the inevitable happens. You fall into a rut, your health deteriorates, and before you know it, it's too late to do anything. We are creatures of habits, and if our habits aren't excitement and getting better, then unfortunately the habits of unhealthiness, wrong thinking and anxiety start to creep in. It's the state of humanity. I know personally that I used to think time flew by. Before I understood mindfulness and I understood testing myself, I would look at my life and go, wow, another year, gee, it went so quickly. And the reality was the time wasn't going any quicker, the 12 months was 12 months. However, during that period I'd been so brain dead, so mundane, so doing the same things over and over again, watching the same television shows, listening to the same boss, that really it just felt like one long day in my entire year. So when I started questioning my life, I really started asking myself, what do I have to lose? I can't take anything with me. I came in with nothing. What do I have to lose? And the ultimate answer is nothing. You have nothing to lose. And I really started to get into a concept called lucid dreaming. If you haven't understood or heard of lucid dreaming, it's the ability to go into a dream, recognize it's a dream, and take control of that dream. And I started to think, well, isn't that what we should do with life? Shouldn't we recognize that our life is under our control and take control? You know how much fun a dream could be if you take control. You could do anything. You could fly, you could meet amazing people, but we all know how nightmarish it can be when you don't control a dream, and that's just like life. If you don't take control of your conscious awareness, ultimately it can become a nightmare. So how do we do this? How do we start really living an exciting life? Well, step one is to stop asking for advice. Steve Jobs once said that living with the advice of others really isn't living your true life, and it's living with damn past mistakes. Advice is great and everyone gives it, but the reality is that the only truth is direct truth. Your truth is way more important than the truth another person's going to give to you. So stop waiting for the perfect advice and move forward and take direct action coming from a place of love. I promise you, you won't go wrong. It takes out so much fear as well. Number 2, trust in your spontaneous nature. Nature works. I don't know how long we need to prove, that nature works. We tried to create solar panels to get the sun, to get the energy from the sun. Plants have been doing that for billions of years. We think we're so smart because we created solar panels. Nature, your true nature, has worked it out. It started all that time ago during the Big Bang as just some elementary particles, ultimately forcing itself into life and then creating consciousness. Whatever is in your DNA is perfect. All the thoughts outside of that, of the plans and the things and the strategic way I should go about things and live my life and fake it till you make it or become someone I'm not, it's junk. Your spontaneous nature will get you through. And if it didn't, you wouldn't be here, because your ancestors would have been wiped out a long time ago. Their DNA wouldn't have been the right spontaneous DNA for the nature, and they would have got wiped out. 3, create amazing moments in the mundane. When I talk about people about living on the edge or living exciting lives, quite often they feel like they need to jump out of a plane or go to Africa for a few weeks. That's not correct. Living an amazing life is as simple as noticing the reflective nature of the sun off the pane of your window and how beautiful that warmth is on your skin. There's nothing better than that. There's nothing greater than that. Once again, you've got to remember how thoughts and ideas work. The thought of jumping out of a plane seems really exciting, but that's because you've given it your attention and it's your thought. But when you actually do it, you realize it's great, but it's not sustainable. What is sustainable? Finding small things in life and really enjoying them. The next way, switch things up. I have a friend who always talks about switching things up. Novelty creates happiness. We're novel searching creatures. In fact, when they look at our DNA and our epigenetics, it seems that one of the migrations out of Africa happened because we had a little bit of ADHD. The example being that some of the primates or some of the early hominids in Africa were quite happy with that lot. They weren't interested in finding new land or seeing new things. But a small group, which became our Homo sapiens, had a need for novelty. They wanted to see what was over that ridge. They wanted to see what was behind that lake. They wanted to see what was in that forest, behind that savanna. And that drove them forward. And therefore, we are rewarded through our brain for finding novelty. Switch things up, do things differently, take a different route to work, look at new opportunities, and start switching things up. Sleep outside. Your life is exciting as you make it, and it's not exciting. We have too many creature comforts in the Western world, and it makes us soft, it makes us weak, and it makes us scared and frightened to lose things. Every once in a while, just sleep outside, because a couple of remarkable things happening. The first thing that happens is you realise it's not that bad. And if sleeping outside in a tent or at a beach during summer isn't that bad, the fear that you have about losing all your money, is that really that bad? Because you can make it even if you did become homeless, you'd be okay. The other part about sleeping outside is knowing that you can tell yourself to do anything and you can force yourself to do anything. And then when you come back to your cozy bed or your house, you are just that much more thankful. Second and last, know deeply you're already accomplished. The story of you finally making it one day with $1 million and a house and kids, that's just a story. Right now, as it is, you are perfect. Your best thinking got you here. You are absolutely exactly where you need to be. You may think, well, I made some mistakes last year and last month. Those mistakes got you here where you realize that mistakes and you can improve. Stop trying to get better. Stop trying to complete yourself. Start from the moment and recognize that having a correct mindset and knowing your true self is far more important than learning a new language or developing some new skills, because once you accept that, the anxiety goes and taking on new skills is that much easier. And finally, chase fear. You know what the most important thing for you to do right now in this moment? Do the thing you fear. When you do the thing you fear, not only do you remove the anxiety and fear from your life and build your own self-esteem, secondly, you address the elephant in the room. How often do we go through our lives not having that conversation we need to have? How long in our lives do we go sitting in a job that we really need to do something about? Chase the fear. The fear is not real, and just like a waterfall, when you walk through it, it's refreshing, it's incredible, it's amazing, even though it seems very intimidating before you walk through it. You are here to have excitement, and it's your choice. It's so precious the time we have, and it can move so quickly. If you're not living an exciting life or looking at some of these tips, then really, you're wasting such an amazing opportunity, and we're not here to do that, especially on this 1 year life challenge. We're here to push our boundaries and to live on the edge. It's definitely something to think about, and I can't wait to see you till tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.